Korach is a very powerful story of the rebellion of Korach, its argument against Moshe Rabbeinu, and we find in the aftermath of Korach's rebellion many punishments that befall both Korach and his followers being swallowed up in the ground, the 250 men being consumed by a fire by the Ketoret, and this plague then consuming many people of the Jewish people until the Ketoret is brought out by Aharon in order to stop the plague from destroying the people. It's clear from all these punishments that indeed Aharon deserves to be the Kohen Gadol. This was a choice made by God, and anyone who argues against him is going to die. The 250 people who brought the Ketoret were not chosen. Only Aharon was chosen. But this still isn't enough. There was still a necessity for one more sign to show without a doubt that Aharon is indeed chosen, that Shevet Levi is chosen, and that Moshe Rabbeinu is not making this up on his own. And that is the story of the staff. Kodesh Baruch Hu tells every member of, one member of every tribe, the leaders of every tribe, to bring their staff with their name of, each man's name shall you inscribe on his staff, and the name of Aharon shall you inscribe on the staff of Levi, and you shall lay them in the tent of meeting before the testimony, and it shall be the man whom I choose, his staff will blossom, thus I shall cause to subside from me the complaints of the children of Israel, which they complain against you. And that's what happened. Moshe spoke to the children of Israel, and all their leaders gave him a staff for each leader, a staff for each leader according to their father's house, 12 staffs, and Aaron's staff was among their staffs. Moshe laid their staffs before Hashem in the tent of the testimony. On the next day Moshe came into the tent of the testimony, and behold, the staff of Aharon of the house of Levi had blossomed. It brought forth a blossom, sprouted a bud, and almonds ripened. Moshe brought out the staffs from before Hashem to all the children of Israel. They saw, and they took each man his staff. There is a tremendous amount of Torah and symbolism that is found in this particular story. And I'll say at the outset that we're just touching on very, very, very few ideas here today within a tremendous amount. So in no way are we covering this story, the symbolism of the blossoming and what it represents, the symbolism of the staff and what it represents. There's a tremendous amount of Torah on this. So within all of this Torah, I'd like to really define our study today to one question, and again, we're not going to exhaust this question either. And that's the question, Sfarim v'Sofrim, being down from Reb Leibel Eger, who says, and this is a question raised by many of the Sfarim, Sheyesh Litbonein, De'achar Shera'u Klal Yisrael Tadavar Nifla, after Klal Yisrael saw the amazing thing, Shebara Kadosh Baruch Hu Bria Chadasha, there was an incredible eyewitness account of the people witnessing a new creation being created, that the ground opened up and swallowed up all those who argued against Moshe and Aharon. And we have after that the Maktirek Torah who died. And when we see all of this, Madua huzrachu l'mofei b'mator ha'nesim sha'ish asher bo yivchar Hashem yifrach bateu. What is the necessity? What is this coming to add that we couldn't have learned beforehand? What is this adding here? Why was it necessary to go through this whole experience of everyone putting their staff in, and the staff of Aharon is blossoming? What do we learn from this that we could not have learned from just the witnessing the punishment? Isn't it clear that Aharon was chosen? Obviously, there's a different message inherent here, and that's what we need to try to understand and to try to figure out, as well as, and this is a question we always ask, anything that's found in Chumash has to have implications or ramifications l'doros. And this, I think, was my overarching mindset in preparing the shiur with Siyata Dishmaya, is what are the lessons that we can learn for our lives, and I chose specific lessons that I think are very relevant for our lives that we can learn from this particular story. So that's where we're, Mirz Hashem, heading today. So let's understand what was learned here that was unique about this that we couldn't have learned from the side of the punishment. In order to answer that question, we need to understand a bit what was Korach arguing about. So we know when Korach said in source 4, for the entire assembly, all of them are holy, he was saying that every one of them is holy. No one is greater or smaller than the other. That being so, he asked Moshe, why do you exalt yourself? What Korach was asking is, Ki kol eidah kulam kedoshim, we all are holy. We all experience Ramad Har Sinai. Why are you, Moshe, raising yourself up above others? Why are you becoming the leader? Why is Aharon chosen as the leader? Do we really need to have leadership? And indeed, he's saying, the end of 4, Korach was telling the nation that he was the new champion 5 of their rights. Only that he would be that leader. And he's saying is that, indeed, there should be equal rights, equal opportunities for everybody.